Sit or lie comfortably, quietly. Allow yourself to be here fully in this moment. With your eyes closed, begin to connect with your inner world of thought and feeling. Gradually, let the horseshit of the external world fade from your awareness. If you find your mind wandering to other thoughts, don't let it concern you. Just acknowledge that all that shit is fucking bullshit. You're here now, in this place, with your inner stillness. Those bitches can't get under your skin. They can't even. Take in a deep breath. Now breathe out. Just feel the fucking nonsense float away. Take full, deep breaths. Breathe in strength. Breathe out bullshit. Allow your breathing to discover its own natural, unhurried pace. If your thoughts drift to the three-ring shit show of your life, bring your attention back to your breathing. And with each breath, feel your body saying, "Fuck that." With passive acceptance, just allow distracting thoughts to float by. Fuck that. With each breath you take, your thoughts become lighter, and all the soul-eating cocksuckers just fall away into nothing. Take a moment to appreciate the silence. Those assholes can't piss all over a purity like this. You are weightless, timeless, without beginning or end. Completely relaxed and free of thought. And as you slowly open your eyes, greet the world and everything in it with a new, beautiful breath of fuck that.
Hey.
Hello. I was meditating.
From the top of Mount Fuckit to the bottom of the belly of the beast. Hello, DC. Hello, world. Welcome to the first episode of Blazed and Enthused.
Oh, yeah.
Be with your bae every Saturday as you bae watch. Oh, look at the time. It's bong 30 or bongo 30 as the case may be. I'm your host. I'm your bae, Elizabeth Croydon, and this is my co-host, Juggalo Chris.
I am Clutch Congos, a.k.a. Young Chris, the 710 Juggalo.
Whoa. Hey. And we got a great show lined up for you tonight. We'd like to thank our sponsors. That would be DC Canna Club. We'd like to thank the work of DCMJ because they blaze a trail in this town and prevail. We'd like to thank the Canna Spa and Purvis Rollins. He's here tonight and has an incredibly deep insight on healing, comedy, and cannabis. And I am blazed to share his amazing knowledge with you. Co-producing with me and helping us make this view flow is our friend Ray Darius.
Woo!
I'd rhyme it with nefarious, but we're waiting for him to rap freestyle. And I gotta save all the rhymes, right? There's like various, I don't know what else there is. We got Luke Jones in the house. Luke Jones is going to, we'd all be better off if there was a Luke Jones in every state because we'd be better off if weed was legal. And that makes me think we'd be better off, one of our sponsors, for helping us bring Luke Jones to the world stage. Luke Jones is going to talk about the legislation going down in Maryland that's going to let everyone cultivate. It's being introduced in 2018.
Right on.
And I am super psyched because there's nothing I would like better than to stay in my hometown and get down with the friends and the farmers I've known for, so long.
Keeping strains strong and everything like that since, the 80s?
Yeah, can't we all just get a bong? I mean, amen and a women. A rig too. If you know, a little dab will do you. A little dab will do
true.
you. Oh look, there are riggers in the house. It's rig 30. It's rig 30. Yeah. So, I was so nervous working so hard on this opening, and I just want to say, yay, we made it. I'm totally excited to bring you this show. Got the blazed and the babe backdrop. I love it, bro.
And we are blazed and enthused.
I'm totally blazed and enthused. And I wanted to show you how excited I am by bringing this next video up. This was directed by my friend Kiki Shakti, and it was shot in Taos, New Mexico. So, hello, Taoseños. Dustin Sweet had a hand in it, and well, Jacob's got a real treat to play. So whenever you say, Jacob, take it away.
Hey.
She had the smile of a Tiger and sharp claws like a razor. But from the second she fell out of my car, I saw that nothing would faze her. I love the way she approaches everything. She's got a death and a dazzle. And if you're lucky enough to catch her peek, you'll see her junk is bedazzled. The silver rings and golden sequins nestle between her thighs. I've never seen a shine that was as bright, 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 bright. Razzle, mash, zazzle, my girlfriend is bedazzled. Razzle, mash, zazzle, my girlfriend is bedazzled. Razzle, mash, zazzle, my girlfriend is bedazzled. Because she knows how to shine. She's soft as silk, not a trace of a flicker, and not a number of stubble. Her jewelry box gave my nose a ticker. I like the way she goes to all the trouble. The man in the boat wears a candy crown, and the girl a Jamaica. The ship was taking a water going down. I think I know how to thank her. She's hot, whoa, a shiny box. She got a shiny box. Ooh, she's hot, whoa, a shiny box. You know she got the twinkle that's into the tinkle. Wasted dreams and diamond daisies of what a surprise. A single shiny pearl for me and mine. Oh mine, oh mine. Razzle, mash, zazzle, my girlfriend is bedazzled. Razzle, mash, zazzle, my girlfriend is bedazzled. Razzle, mash, zazzle, my girlfriend is bedazzled. Because she razzle, mash, zazzle, my girlfriend is bedazzled. 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 Because she knows how to shine.
I don't know how to feel about that video.
Do you have concerns about that video in particular?
I'm concerned about how I feel about that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
You
know.
might have to see it again, right? A lot of
Maybe.
people, maybe. I watch it over and over and over again, and I consider how I feel about that video. I love it.
Is that what it is?
Vajazzle. Do you know what
Vajazzle.
vajazzling is?
I've not come across a bedazzled girl yet.
Oh.
No.
Neither have I.
Oh, you know.
Sorry.
I wish you many. I wish you many sparkling dakinis from the top of Mount Fuckit to come down, and if that's on your bucket list, I hope you can check it.
They sparkle all over.
Yes, you decorate your vajayjay with the ray of a diamond, or a couple. I've never vajazzled before. I've never vajazzled. I'd have a lot of questions. My vajazzling would have to be like totally organic, all natural vajazzle, and I'd only really want to vajazzle when I've earned it, like when I've grossed like $175 million and like passed it on to a bunch of charities and done some constructive capitalism. And then I'm like, well, maybe a couple diamonds, right? But then, diamonds aren't rare. That's a lie. And a lot of diamonds have blood on them. I'd want bloodless jewels on my hoo-hoo. I'd want totally organic. I know you can man-make diamonds. Maybe like you can crush a diamond without having any blood from exploited Africans on them. I'm just, those who know don't say. Those who say, razzle my vajazzle. Just make it organic. And if you don't have diamonds, just soap it up. Just you know.
I was gonna say something, but in case my mom's watching.
Dude, I just can't
it is called Be With Your Bae every Saturday. So, it's something for you and your bae to consider.
Right.
If I'm,
I just hate coming back to that mermaid.
I was gonna say, is your bae the mermaid?
Dude, I
The
just
mermaid.
Can't get over her.
All
that
those
short hair, like when you can rock it and rock that short hair. Well,
they're all hotties.
wonder
They're
what
all
associates
they're all
usually prefer
yoga
her, 'cause it
hotties
was
that
fantastic.
work at a coffee shop. You need to speak directly into the microphones in this studio, as opposed to the last studio that we were in. Where were we? Oh yeah, the mermaids. Yeah, they're all yoga dakinis from Taos, New Mexico.
Yeah, where do they
all
find
work
those
at a
schools?
coffee house and do yoga and Kiki
The
Shakti.
mermaids?
The mermaid, and I think she may have been bathing in Dr. Bronner's peppermint soap. That's what I would pick. Like rather than vajazzle. Okay, here's a total femme secret. All right, if you really want to get in with your babe, and she's like had like a hard week, and it's Saturday, what you want to do is you want to give her a spa with the shower, the power shower thing, to use technical talk, right? And then
Nice
you
soft
use
bath.
Dr. Bronner's peppermint soap.
Candles.
And I mean, it has to be Dr. Bronner's hemp peppermint soap. I mean that it's not a plug. They're not, I volunteer this information. And then you have to follow it up. With coconut oil, okay? Because the coconut oil seals in the tingle. And that, yes. And when you and your bae mingle on a Saturday night, that extra tingle in the giggle, watching SNL.
But with
after
the hemp
this,
soap, though.
I
Wait, hemp
don't know,
soap?
It's bliss.
Hemp
I
soap.
like that
Hemp
one,
soap,
but I
Dr.
think she's
Bronner's hemp soap. Have
okay.
you?
It's the same thing.
Are you
It's the
familiar
same
with
one.
it?
Yes,
That's
I
what
am, but
brings
I
it
didn't
out,
use
the
the
tingle.
I didn't use the mint one.
Oh, right on. Oh, I love the mint. No, you can't get it with the rose. The rose, you can seal in the rose, but the rose is not a tingle. It's some say love. It's like that whole soppy song and dance, whereas like the peppermint is like, oh, daddy's going to get some. Because mommy tingles extra good. and it's an organic, it is good. Let me tell ladies.
It's
At the
really
gym.
weird consistency though.
It's so good that
think
I
we
went
actually-
and I looked up the story of Dr. Bronner. Thank you for giving me that setup. And I gave Jacob the video. Check out the story of
we're
this
gonna go into
soap. It's dope. Yeah, it's the Dopra section of our show.
Ooh.
Yeah. Look under your seats.
Weed for you. Weed for you.
Natural consumers to mainstream shoppers, countless people love to lather with Dr. Renowned for their quality, versatility, and eco-friendliness, as well as for their famous label. The extremely concentrated soaps contain no artificial dyes, preservatives, or thickeners. They are made with the finest 100% pure organic oils, including coconut oil for its copious lather, olive and hemp oils for their smooth suds and silky, non-drying afterfeel, resulting in a perfect choice for everyone. Lavender, eucalyptus, tea tree, almond, the popular peppermint, which treats the user to a one-of-a-kind cooling tingle, and unscented baby soap, mild enough for a baby's delicate skin. All the oils are certified organic under the rigorous USDA organic food standards. Available in both bath bar and liquid form, this soap is celebrated for its amazing versatility. Although primarily formulated for washing the body and face, Dr. Bronner's soaps are perfect for cleaning anything. Devotees use it to shave, wash dishes, launder clothes, bathe pets, and wash residues off of fruits and vegetables. Dr. Bronner's has always achieved the highest standards in eco-friendliness. Our soaps are highly biodegradable and can be used to wash with amidst nature. Popular with hikers and campers, our soaps are recommended for use in national parks throughout America. To complement the environmentally friendly soaps, the company has pioneered the use of 100% post-consumer recycled bottles, resulting in no added waste to the environment. A key quality of Dr. Bronner's magic soaps is its time-honored simplicity, which can be traced back to the German Jewish roots of Dr. Bronner himself. Born in Germany in 1908 to a Jewish family that had been making soap since 1848, Emanuel Bronner grew up learning the family trade. After attaining the rank of soap maker master chemist, for which he would afterwards call himself Doctor, Emanuel Bronner grew alarmed at the early ravings of the Nazi Party. Emanuel immigrated to Milwaukee, Wisconsin to work as a consultant to the American soap industry, but his parents remained in Germany until it was too late and perished in the Holocaust. Driven by the enormity and tragedy of the Holocaust, Dr. Bronner created the moral ABC. This modern philosophy exhorted all people to unite as one, to respect each other and the environment, and encouraged all religions to recognize their universal similarities inspired by the same divine source. Dr. Bronner charismatically spoke to packed auditoriums to deliver his message. For those that would come to listen, Dr. Bronner would give them a clear bottle of his superior home-crafted peppermint liquid soap as a thank you present. He soon realized that many people were taking the soap and leaving without bothering to listen to him speak. In response, Dr. Bronner began to write his philosophy in tiny, jam-packed script on the labels of each bottle. Before long, these labels became favorite bathroom reading in bathtubs all throughout the country and were an inspiration to many. Dr. Bronner's magic soaps enjoyed a small but loyal following in the early years. In the late 1960s, sales of the soap started to explode. Young people, primarily members of the counterculture, came to love the soap, with which they could do everything, from washing their VW vans to cleaning their bell-bottoms, not to mention washing themselves in the nearby lake. They also grooved on the label's call to peace, and the fact that Dr. Bronner was a real person, not some corporate mascot. Word of mouth soon made Dr. Bronner's the iconic soap of that era, and in the decades that followed, the soap spread into every health food store in the U.S., and then into the mainstream as well, winning over fans from all walks of life. Today, the soaps are the #1 selling natural brand of bar and liquid soap in the U.S. Dr. Bronner's is a favorite soap of runway models and makeup artists who are especially concerned with the chemicals they put on their body. Many magazines and newspapers have written unsolicited articles touting the popularity and quality of the soap and the company. The money saved on not having to pay for advertising and marketing is put to good use, buying the finest quality organic ingredients and allowing the retail price to remain affordable. Dr. Bronner's Magic Soaps is currently in its 3rd generation as a family business. Grandsons David and Michael Bronner run day-to-day operations with their mother, Trudy Bronner, as CFO. Dr. Bronner's son, Ralph, a retired school teacher, operates as the public spokesman by giving talks throughout the country about the soaps, Dr. Bronner himself, and the charitable projects they support.
Near the end of Parkinson's, so weak that he could barely speak, he said to me, and I'll get choked up telling you this, "Ralph, why am I alive?" And I said, "So you can hear?" And you did. Because I'd go all over the country, meet people like you, and call him and tell him, "Dad, I'm at Anaheim. Nicole loves your label. I'm talking to Gillette. They want your book." And that would bring him back, you know? That's great, Ralph.
The company is the perfect model of what Dr. Bronner would describe as constructive capitalism. Over a third of company profits go to supporting charitable projects worldwide. These include freshwater wells in Ghana, orphanages in Haiti and China, as well as a 1,200-acre land donation to the San Diego County Boys and Girls Club for a campground for disadvantaged children.
Adako Nairobi in Brooklyn, New York, has devoted her life to Nigerian street women, okay? We have helped her for 10 years. And this is Carrie Rosenblatt, who devoted her life to an orphanage in Haiti. David Dunker used to pass the baskets and spend 3 months in the Milwaukee area to get $2,000 and then fly back to a village in Ghana, live off the villagers, and by hand, they would dig freshwater wells. Rosemary Landry is a rising movie star. In the 1970s, God told her to adopt the unadoptable. She's now 65, and this last summer, she adopted her 43rd unadoptable child. So she is one of the 24 charities. But is that normal to give up a career in the movies and adopt 43? But don't you love it?
The Dr. Bronner's Magic Soaps Company strongly believes in running a business that is good for its employees, society, and the planet. They are a driving force behind the organic movement in cosmetics, in transitioning the industry from its reliance on pesticide-intensive conventional agriculture and petrochemicals to sustainable organic farming and ingredients. Dr. Bronner's Magic Soaps continue to cleanse bodies, minds, souls, and spirits, both in America and around the world.
I'm very happy to be back. Welcome. Yeah, thank you. We had lots of slack. That was a little documentary. We're going to show the elementary school kids in 100 years, and they're going to be like, wow. And they couldn't project that in their minds. So this is the news section. Welcome to the news. This is the news hit. And I got Jared Rockwell in the center because he's going to get it. Yeah. Welcome, Jared Rockwell.
Hey, what's happening? How's everybody doing?
Great.
I wanted to take a second to talk about Michael Flynn.
Okay. Yeah. What's going on with that asshole?
That
or no, wait. He's
you ain't seen
that's
nothing.
A good asshole, right?
Yeah. No. So, what's that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So Michael Flynn was Trump's first national security advisor, which is a role. The first one. Yeah, the first. So he's rocking number 3.
For real? I wasn't even paying attention like that. Jesus.
Isn't he like trying to like make a deal with the government, like immunity or something, or community?
Okay,
I don't.
He's
impunity.
Still kind of. He's not an asshole.
You ain't seen nothing like the mighty Michael
Yeah,
Flynn. Yeah,
might get off with community service.
Yeah.
White collar prison.
I'd like to
So,
teach kids theater.
Elizabeth.
Yeah.
You know when a bunch of kids get in trouble at the same time?
Oh, I do.
Because a cookie goes missing?
Oh, I hate that.
And the one kid steps up.
Yeah, yeah.
That first kid, and he's like, "Well, let's say it was one of us."
Oh yeah, that
You know,
guy.
what's the punishment?
What's the punishment? If I turn in everyone, what are you gonna give me?
That's the kid.
And that's the kid you know took the cookie.
Oh yeah.
So for somebody to say, "Hey, there might be some treason going around. I want to talk about it." How do you not immediately arrest that person?
Yeah.
Like he's not
no.
whistleblowing. He's literally saying, "Hey, I'm complicit to some shit." And
He should
I
be
wanna...
taken in for questioning.
Exactly.
Or something like.
Right. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, like I either want a book deal or I'll get the limelight. One or the other.
So
the loophole.
one other thing about
Do
Michael
it.
Flynn that
Yeah.
nobody seems to really care about is that he was almost the vice presidential pick.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
He wasn't
And-
on my radar.
And my my sources tell me that he actually would have been, but Pence was elected or chosen by Trump because they both have the first name Mike, and he got confused.
Oh, yes. Oh, well, you know, there's so many things to learn when one's ruling the world. You
Well,
know, you have your right thumb and your left thumb, your west wing and your blessed wing. Which one's which? I don't know.
Did you see him walk out without signing the? I can't remember what it was, but he walked out without signing some piece of paper that they were making a big deal about him. The whole reason they were making a video was because he was signing this piece of paper, and he walked away without signing it. Looked like he had to take a shit.
I save it. You know, I save every contract. But, you know, when you're gigging in East Berlin and, you know, it's skinflint tight on the budget because you just love improv, you whip out old contracts. You make use. You try not to go into the joke book. You try to save yourself the joke book. I've been there. I've suffered polio. I'm ready to be. I'd like immunity. I'd like Flynn. I'd like to be granted immunity from polio. He seems like he's in deeper water, though. Jared Rockwell, thank you for bringing Michael Flynn to the table. Jared Rockwell will be updating us on this situation. Yeah.
Keep us posted.
Who stole the cookie from the cookie jar? Michael Flynn stole the cookie from the cookie jar. That's Jared Rockwell, writer, comic. You can see him around town, and you'll be catching him bringing the news hit. Luke Jones. This is serious. This is my serious segment. This is a serious guy.
Very serious.
I just wanted to say hi.
Hey, beautiful. It's awesome to be here at the inaugural.
It's great to have you. When you said yay, I was very excited and very honored because you're doing some very exciting things with the Maryland Cannabis
Policy Coalition, MarylandCannabisPolicy.org. That's the umbrella organization. I'm actually here with Maryland Normal, Legislative Affairs Director for Maryland Normal right now, and we've got an uphill battle. So
I'm ready to help you
for
fight.
All the viewers out there,
everyone
tell
here
your
is ready to help you
friends.
fight.
We've got like basically 10 months to get ready for the next legislative cycle for Annapolis. This is definitely a state issue. It's Annapolis, Maryland. A lot of the cannabis community may not be plugged into the legislative cycle that unfolds.
One second, Luke.
Yes.
Jacob, are we getting good sound on Mr. Jones? Okay, I just wanted to make certain. Okay,
Yeah.
go. Run,
All right,
blaze.
So basically, here's the strategy.
Yeah,
We've
give
got
it.
a fantastic bill that was, we've been working for a number of years in Maryland. We've introduced legislation to fully legalize adult use in Maryland.
Yes.
It has not seen the light of day. We got a lot more co-sponsors this year, so momentum is building in the right direction. The legislation that we've got proposed for Maryland is among the best out there right now. It's got everything that we really want to see in there. It's got home cultivation. Yeah. It's got a very yes. Any legislative initiative that's not involved. And by the way, huge shout out to DCMJ. I got my Liberty
Nice cap.
cap. What they're teaching us is that, it's not going to change unless the people demand it.
That's right.
And what we start with here in D.C. was legalization before commercialization. This is not
Yes.
just about establishing a commercial market.
No.
It's about guaranteeing people's liberty.
Yes.
To not
Yes.
shame on politicians who
Shame.
continue to support a failed prohibitionist policy.
Yeah.
This is not something that people should be arrested for. Of the list of public policy responses for cannabis, arresting people is the single worst thing that we can do as a society. There's a ton of things we can do to encourage responsible use, to discourage use among people who really shouldn't be using it, but to arrest people for it is absolutely insane. And one thing that is very true for Maryland is that most of the people, not just in the legislature in Annapolis, but among the citizenry, they really haven't come to terms yet with what has happened around the world and here across the United States with legalization and adult use. The entire Pacific Coast is open to adult use. It's not just our neighbors here in DC, the Wild West of cannabis. It's unfolding all across the country. And once people start to come to terms with that, sustaining a prohibitionist policy no longer makes sense. So really, we believe that the burden of proof is on those who want to sustain the failed prohibition policy. It's not on the legalization advocates. There really is no compelling public interest to sustain an arrest and criminalization response to cannabis. There is no compelling state interest. The rationalizations are really based on a long established set of
Jim Crow laws.
Thank you.
Motherfuckers. Jim motherfucking Crow laws, you motherfuckers, you fucking private prison whores.
So-
like, you can't think of another. It's like people that don't know how to write or recite a poem or write a joke or freeform. Fucking, they're like, how can we fucking make some money? Oh, we're gonna dominate some people. We'll dominate any way we can. Just tase anybody that's not us. Tase them all. Tase them all. You tase them too, but I'm in charge of you. Someone's ultimately in charge. We will battle it out. Get the robots. Here comes the beatnik poetry. Oh, woo!
Right on.
All right, give her a round of applause for that, all right?
Go?
Get that off your chest.
I need it
Now-
off my chest, off my back, off my neck. I need a fucking massage.
There we
need
go.
to see a master.
We're about to do that, but let me please just finish up because I know I don't have a lot of time.
Yes.
But here's the thing, is that with regards to Maryland, okay, we're on the cusp of opening our medical cannabis program. The patient registry is, if it's not opened today, it's opening basically this coming week. The patient information on the website for the Maryland Cannabis
So hot.
Medical program has been updated just within the past 48 hours. So
Merriweather
people-
Post is going to smell so good this summer.
Yes, well, the dispensaries that have the initial licenses are starting to do more public outreach and disclosing where the locations of the dispensaries are. But the real thing that I want to talk about is what needs to happen over the next 10 months.
Okay, give it to us.
What's going on?
So here's the deal. Here's what we need to do. We need to get 2/3 of the Maryland General Assembly to support putting this question before the voters. And here's why. We are promoting our adult use legal cannabis legislation. But most people think, and everywhere in the country where this has gone to adult use, it's been through voter initiative.
Right.
And what it does is it provides members of the legislature the shelter to say, I didn't vote for legalizing cannabis, I voted to let the voters decide, right? So we're promoting the legislation. But even if that legislation passes with a bare majority of the Maryland General Assembly, it's still got to withstand a governor's veto. So we still need 2/3. Wow. In order to put the question before the voters in Maryland, we need 2/3 of the Maryland General Assembly to vote next legislative cycle.
Oh, I'm ready to go
okay?
lobby.
So
I'm ready to lobby.
Let's go get
the
'em.
Maryland Normal website is going to be refreshed and updated with all of this information, and we're going to post on there what our strategy is. We're laying out the specific members of the General Assembly that are the primary roadblocks. And trust me, it's not just the Republicans, okay?
Oh,
it's
no.
the Democrats as well.
You have so much dialogue to grow. You
Okay.
have to grow a lot of dialogue.
Every citizen should be contacting their representatives in Annapolis, but we also have a that member.
I
Okay.
think, you know.
And targeting the messages to the members of the General Assembly.
I think I should
So-
do a comedy show in Annapolis.
Absolutely. So we've got our work cut out for us. It's
Yes.
not going to happen organically.
No.
It's not just going to happen. People who live in Maryland have to come to terms with the fact that this is not just going to happen. We have to demand it, and we have a specific timeline. This time
What is
next
the next
year,
step? What is the next step? What is the immediate next step?
the immediate next step is for people to, number one, be prepared to come out of the closet.
Oh, the closet's
Okay.
deep. Some of us smoke with Aslan.
That's right. And it's not just cannabis users and consumers, but it's people who support legalization have to be willing to be prepared to stand up and say this law needs to change. The Maryland General Assembly will convene in February of 2018. They only in April. And so those are the to obtain 2/3 of the Maryland General Assembly to support putting the question in front of the voters, and that vote would happen in November of 2018.
Okay, so if you're interested in doing that, which I am completely blazed and enthused about, why don't you come to every show, say, and meet us? Come over to the DC Canna Club afterwards.
Hell yeah.
And let's all posse up and figure this out,
Right on.
because it takes a unity in the community to make certain there is immunity and legalization and banks for all. So thanks for that very much. What
Yes,
are the
thank you.
websites, Luke? And can we see you in that Phrygian cap?
Absolutely. Phrygian cap, here we go.
The Phrygian cap.
There you go.
Oh, that is so hot. That is so
Is that nice?
sexy. It's
Looking like a Papa Smurf.
Yeah, man, Papa.
Now,
yeah.
I know it looks silly, and for folks that haven't seen it before, this is a Liberty cap. Just Google Liberty cap, because you're not going to be able to spell Phrygian on your first try.
No.
It's with a
And,
P,
you know,
right?
I already
You
called
call
it
it the Liberty.
Phrygian. That's Game of Thrones.
And
not,
you're going to see that this is a symbol that is deeply rooted in the American Revolution. It's
Yes.
a symbol of liberty, and we've adopted it as a symbol for cannabis liberation and ending prohibition.
ending
in
the drug war.
Ending the drug
and,
war.
And the
absolutely.
racism inherent in the private prison system and the drug war. And if you ask me what race I am, I'm in it for the long run, which is why I need to go into training. And thank you very much, Luke Jones, for explaining that all. Thank you so
We'll be back.
much. I'll be giving you a call back.
MarylandCannabisPolicy.org.
And now,
Thank you.
Mr. Luke Jones, everyone. Luke Jones.
Thank you.
Ashley Stafford is in the house, and before we get to Purvis Rollins, who has big news for us, and I can't wait to get on the bus of this man's mind map to healing. He has really, there is nothing greater than relaxing and with your bae and enjoying a Saturday with trauma, trigger point, massage, therapy, and some cannabis, and then some good comedy.
Hell yeah.
It's Laugh Tiny, Carry Big Joke, and this woman is responsible for big jokes. The last show I did with her was sold out, and now she's doing a weekly show. It's Ashley Stafford from Elevated Events Group. Woo! Hello, darling. Thank you for wearing your tiger out. That is.
I wore it just for you.
Thank you.
I did.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Oh, it's a sesh now. It's totally
Oh, yeah.
a sesh, and
Would you
that's
like
what
a
you're
dab?
doing. Yes, every week. Tell me
thank
what
you.
you're doing now. You're.
No, so we were actually in here earlier at 4:00 with the first episode of the Bud Brunch.
Ooh, the Bud
How was that?
The Bud Brunch. So it's an all-women show talking about cannabis and cannabis entertainment and all types
hello.
of crazy stuff. But
That sounds better than the
Yeah.
View. I am.
Yeah, for
it's
real.
the view of cannabis,
Bud-
literally.
The Bud Brunch.
The
I'm
Bud
ready.
Brunch. Yeah.
Right, because there are many views. There are a lot of different cannabis users out there.
This is true.
Yeah, and we kind of represent all of those
That
different
is
types of women.
fantastic.
We got
Get Whoopi
moms.
Goldberg.
Yeah,
on
how
there.
many of them are
I
you?
wish.
There are
Sponsor.
moms and single ladies.
There are
and-
moms, there are single ladies, there are married women, there are fitness people, there are government
Oh,
employees.
wow.
Yeah,
It's
we got the whole thing.
fantastic.
Yeah, man.
Federale is coming out on your show, of course, because it's brunch. I mean, once you bring brunch into it, everyone is there. Like, the 2 martini lunch is out. It is now the 2 blunt brunch, and so you can join us here on Listen Vision this Saturday. Saturdays is the Bud brunch.
Yes, Saturdays.
Get some
Saturday's
tea
the
and
Bud
tree.
brunch. I'm just really excited that you are doing that, as well as the fact that Mark Fox and Pink Playhouse, Pink Fox
I love
Playhouse,
that show.
they just turned in an amazing strawberry citrus sweet, and I have to say it is hitting me right now.
I can tell. It looks like it feels amazing.
You know, Ms. Stafford, it does. You know how hard I work producing, and I am ready to just drop a load because the show is going to explode with the creativity that is in the house.
Pink Fox makes some really good edibles.
They do.
know?
I love Mark. I love Pink Fox. They're amazing. But yeah, 420 Canna Crawl before I leave. We are doing DC's first cannabis crawl. It's a bar crawl with a cannabis twist.
Nice.
And it's on 420, and we're going to kick the holiday off with a lot of pot.
That's what's up.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I that's what DC's got.
yeah.
We are blessed in that, and it is a very deep part of the culture. And so, don't be a vulture and drive in to steal DC's laws. Fight for your right to party in your home state. Luke Jones needs your help, and I have an appointment with Purvis Rollins.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Spa. And if we can cut to the corner that Purvis is on, make certain the camera gets on Purvis. I'm very nervous.
I'm really jealous. This is bullshit. I
I
want a
rarely
massage
let
too.
anyone touch me.
I could have brought some infused coconut oil or some shit. Has he got his own? Ooh. He's got some funky stuff going on.
Yeah, he's got it.
How y'all doing?
I need a mic. Right here. All right.
There we go.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about what you're doing.
Okay, so I'm a licensed massage therapist. I've been a therapist for 11 years now. A couple of years ago, I started a company called Cannabis Spa, where we use cannabis-infused topicals to do massages.
That's awesome.
Oh, I love where this mic is placed.
I went out to Denver and you good?
Once I get licensed, I'm gonna hit you up.
I got you. So, well, usually the skin will be exposed, so I could, so she could actually use the oils. But this time I'm gonna be doing some acupressure. But I also do a cannabis pairing. So my clients get the vape before and after the massage. So they actually get the psychoactive effects along with the topical healing of touch and cannabis-infused massage oil. And Liz, you kind of tense up in here.
Yeah, I
Shoulders.
fell recently, and a chair collapsed from underneath me. I had to go to the hospital. So I took the fact that you have been massaging for over a decade and are seeking to teach people what you know very seriously. I rarely let anyone touch me. I've trained in the martial art. I trained in the martial arts of Aikido for 20 years, and I'm very, very specific about the chi that I like to invite.
What kind of chi does he have going on?
Dope. Dope chi. Oh yes, I feel.
Got a knot right there.
I sure do. And let's see, how much time do we have left on our broadcast? We have 10 minutes?
5 minutes.
We have 5 minutes. I'm going to enjoy this massage. And we're going to roll Baristo, I think, which is an award-winning short that once again was filmed in Taos. Jacob, can you cue that up on the house while Purvis works his magic? And we'll be back to say goodbye and wrap it up.
We didn't get the comedy show. We didn't get the.
I'm so happy.
In a world where money's worthless, society's crumbled, when a good cup of coffee is the only thing left, what are you willing to give to serve? Coffee. What are you willing to give to get? Coffee. You have to give what it takes to get what you want in a world where nothing is left. Will you be strong enough to take what it gives? Barista. Because society was built on good conversation and strong coffee.
I want to say thank you very much for joining us. And we have big news. There is someone coming to town. And
Is it Santa?
is it Santa?
Not quite. Not quite. It could be. Jokes.
Yeah, the Santa Claus of jokes. It's Christmas to me to see this man again. The first time I met Paul Mooney, Mr. Paul Mooney, was his 50th birthday at the Comedy Store in L.A., and it was amazing. And Purvis is bringing him to town.
Sunday, April 23rd, we're having another Laugh and Loud comedy show featuring the Godfather of comedy, Paul Mooney. So it should be a great time. We got a couple local comics as well. Rollo Boykins.
Oh, I love Rollo.
Ashley Mayo.
Ashley Mayo.
Paris Sachet.
Paris Sachet. Rollo and Paris were just at 10 Tigers where we have our pre-production meeting. Fabulous place. And they are world-class comics. That's exciting.
Definitely.
I want to do everything I can to be part of that, part of the promotion. Where do people get tickets? What's going on? Tell us about the venue.
So it's going to be April 23rd at Bliss.
Oh, I love Bliss.
Bliss nightclub. You can contact 202-903-3757 to inquire about tickets. You also go to blissnightclub.com, and the tickets are also listed on there.
And what's the date again?
April 23rd.
That's that's the date of like an edible festival or something, isn't it? Isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's the same. It's right after the Edibles Festival.
Nice, sweet. Oh, the gentleman Toker's here, so you'll, yeah, and you'll be seeing a lot of him on this show. Thanks for coming, Bay.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure to be able to hang out. This April 23rd event sounds like something we need to mark in the calendar, Joe.
Oh, yeah, I don't even do a calendar anymore. You have no idea what a pain in the
Yay!
ass it was. It was a giant pain in the ass. So as soon as I couldn't sell that ad space, I was like, fuck this. And I deleted it off the site last night. No,
Okay.
I'm a river, baby. I just keep rolling however it goes. And, we get to where we're going.
All right. It may not
I'm
be a perfect
philosopher.
circle, but it is
When I'm
perfect
high.
whatever it is.
It's funny, Joe actually got a massage with cannabis spa. So
Yeah, I enjoyed my massage with cannabis spa. I wrote a review about it. Definitely endorse that and think that it's a luxury that you guys should take advantage of.
Where can people check that out?
GentlemanToker.com, who has the review.
My bad. Oh,
the
yeah.
Cannabis Spa.
And
Yeah, and
CannabisSpaDC.com.
GentlemanToker.com reviews a lot of cultural events and comedy and cannabis.
That's untrue.
Oh, I
just review weed.
all right. Well, we'd be better off if we'd all review weed.
Definitely.
And the laws
phone
that surround
number,
it.
Let me get that in.
Yeah.
202-618-CALM. That's
I was
202-618-CALM.
briefed incorrectly.
202-618-2256.
Get a weed massage.
Yeah, absolutely. Get a weed massage.
Yeah,
Can you-
Hey,
no, so
hey, how
it
many
depends
minutes
on where
do
it's
we
at, I
have? How
guess.
many
You
minutes
have
do
to.
we have? We
So,
have 1 minute. Oh man, we're not gonna get to Anton Jackson, and that really makes me sad. Comedian Anton Jackson is in the house. Somebody get him a mic and a camera so he can say hi, man. I don't want the Korean American comedian to feel slighted. I am delighted to have diversity. Let the kid say hello. The kid gets in the picture.
I appreciate the shout out, definitely.
We're gonna have Anton back. Thank you for the slack. There you are.
I appreciate the shout out, thank you.
Yeah, next week, Anton Jackson opening up the show. All
Oh, yeah.
right, Anton, I'll pay you. All right. I got your gas money. We'd be better off if we all ran on hemp fuel, actually.
This is very true.
Yeah. I can at least pick you up, Anton, drive you to the studio. I had a blast. Please tune in next week. You will be hearing more about Canispa as I get treated for my injuries and as Paul Mooney comes closer to town. That is comedy royalty, and I'm so glad to bring the news down to you. Learn your Constitution. Ray's trying to tell me to say something. He's like, what? Blazed and enthused. I'm blazed and enthused about this show. Be with your bae every Saturday.
Thanks
Thank
for
you
having me
being
on.
with
It was awesome.
I'm so
I am.
glad. I can't wait to party at the DC Canna Club.
I was just going to say, I am blazed
It's
and
all
enthused to get to the
It's all
party.
uphill, downhill. It's all a ride from here. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.